quick little rundown on how to work with the video sessions that we have on Vibresonate. So the way they work in natural bioenergetics is usually the facilitator, whether it's myself or someone else, will give you an instruction on how you're supposed to do each correction. Each correction can be set up a lot differently, and a lot of times, I would say majority of the time, it has to do with a thought process or either even just thinking a word or something like that. Quite a bit of the time, that's what we're doing. In different formats, we're doing it, but to some degree, that's what it is. It may sound a lot like each correction is the same, but sometimes they're trying to hit a different area, and therefore it might be a different type of correction, and I might have a different name for it. The name is not a big deal as long as we set it up in the way that it's supposed to be set up. So I will explain how to do that, or the facilitator will explain how to do that. You set it up, whether you're supposed to repeat a thought in your mind or you're supposed to resonate with it and or apply it to your life or think about what that means to you. We'll tell you how to do that. I will take some tools here that I'll use to activate the acupuncture points, because it's hard to do it if we don't know them back and forth. But I have tools here that I will use to activate the acupuncture points. And as long as it's on me and I'm conveying it through the video, your acupuncture points will be activated, and it will help that correction modulate and progress into the state it's supposed to go into. The other thing is, when I would try to allow, especially in the videos where it's just me recording, I try to allow enough time for you to process. But if you feel you just don't quite feel right, pause the video when I say pause, and just kind of sit on it for a little while longer and think about it in the manner in which I told you to set it up, and until you feel like you're ready to go on. Don't stop the video, pause it, because everything's set up right. The right tools are on to activate those acupuncture points. Just sit on it until you feel ready to go on, then turn it on and then proceed. That is the beauty of doing these video sessions, because you could turn it off and on. I will tell you, pause it now. I don't probably do it as much in the group ones where I have a bunch of people logging in and you'll see a few faces on here. It's a little bit hard to do that, but feel free to do that when I say I am, and I come out of the correction, say we're done, just back it up a little bit, pause it, and just hold it there and continue on if you feel you need just a little bit more time. There's nothing wrong with that. Just back it up a little. Don't turn it off completely. A, you're going to lose your spot, and B, it won't be set up properly. And then when it comes to the sharing part, especially in the group sessions, we try to share. Now, when I'm doing the single recordings, I'll just try to give a few thought suggestions to go on. If you're sitting there with a group and you're going through it, and you want to pause it, by all means, now you pause it and have a discussion amongst the group. That's great. Normally we don't do it in individual sessions. We might discuss it as we're going through the correction sometimes if it doesn't require a lot of thought process. Some corrections don't require any thought process. Some do, and most of them, a lot of them do. I would say a good majority of them do. But some individuals do need to sit and talk about it after, and that's good. That's okay, because it just helps them process it. Don't expect yourself to process it instantly by the time the session is done. Talking does help, but sometimes some people take months to process that, and it takes a while. I've had clients where I've worked with them, and all of a sudden we felt that they needed to take a break. 3 months later, everything flipped around and they were doing great. And that's okay. It's just that we're feeding information into your system. Your system has to process it and then apply it to itself. And that's kind of how natural bioenergetics is working. And a lot of it's through thought process. No, it's not through a counseling thought process. It's through a thought process of yourself that we're trying to lift that layer off and get it out. So If you need to pause and think about it for a minute before you move on, at that point, when we're doing a discussion, go ahead. Or you can sit there and listen to what we are discussing. Remember, there is no wrong answer, no wrong thought process. It's what applies to you, because each person is an individual, and I want you guys to remember that. So those are kind of the rule of thumbs. If you feel you need more help afterwards, private sessions are available, and there will be a short clip after each session to show you how to access those private sessions. So good luck. I hope you enjoy the session, and hope to see you soon. Bye-bye. Okay, so this session is looking inward for self-approval and not to social media for self-gratification. So as I was just saying earlier, we'll just mute ourselves during the corrections. Have you guys all figured out how to mute yourself? Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
And then we'll have a discussion. We'll open it up after the correction's done, and maybe have a little discussion if you guys choose to discuss. You don't have to feel pressured to do it. Okay. So I actually just figured out the corrections this afternoon when I got home from work here. So the first one we're going to do is actually a vibration again. Laura, you'll see from the last one that I recorded with Tracy. We started out with a vibration, but we had to make the vibration, right, Tracy? So I'm going to be using these guys today. So, okay. So just taking, oh.
Try
Okay.
that mute.
Yeah, we'll hit the mute and away we'll go here. You should be able to hear me. So,
Oh, me too. I'm sorry.
okay, here we go. Ready to mute? Can you hear it? Okay. You can unmute yourself if you want. I know it was pretty basic, but if anyone chooses to say anything that they felt, go ahead.
I felt very relaxed.
Oh, good.
Like really like almost like I could fall asleep.
Yeah.
Like just yeah.
Awesome. Yeah.
Mhm.
I know I needed that tonight. It's been a hectic week. So
Yeah.
how about you, Tracy? You're still muted. It looks like she's agreeing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I also had an extremely hectic week, but anyway.
Yeah. Sometimes it's nice to something like that, just deprogram, hey? Okay.
Reset
Well,
button.
what's that? Okay, so the next one we're gonna do. Oh, here comes Michelle. Give her a sec to set up here.
If you can hear us, Michelle, you're being recorded, FYI.
And she's probably on mute because I have it set up so everyone's on mute when they come in. So
Oh, okay, good idea.
yeah,
Sorry.
that's okay.
Okay, I'm ready.
Oh, okay. We just did one correction. I was using this thing.
Okay. Okay.
So it's being recorded, Michelle. You can go back and get it.
Yes.
Play through it later. So okay.
Thank
So our
you.
next correction, that first one was actually under the cause, and the next one's going to be under repair. And we're going to do a past, present, future. And we're going to do 2 sets of these today. So I'm going to give you, basically, I'm going to give you, we're going to give you a past, a present, and a future, 2 sets of those. But you're going to do like the past, then the present, then the future. And you're going to just repeat those in your mind and think about them at the same time, okay? So what they mean to you. You don't have to go into detail thinking about it like you would in a CLC, or, you know, just kind of reflect on it a little bit, okay?
Sure.
So first one we're going to do, and Michelle was telling everyone that we'll just mute ourselves when we're doing the corrections.
Yeah.
So this should be when you move your thing, you should have a little thing to mute in your
Yeah.
Okay, so the first one we're going to do is being anonymous in the past. And I just want you to repeat that, being anonymous in the past. And you can think about a little bit about it, how it applies to you as well.
Sure.
Being anonymous in the past. Being anonymous in the past. being anonymous in the past. Okay, the next one is being enlightened in the present. Being enlightened in the present. Being enlightened in the present. Okay, and the next one is being nostalgic in the future. Being nostalgic in the future. being nostalgic in the future. Okay, now we're going to do another set. And the first one is being conscious in the past. Not unconscious, but conscious. Being conscious in the past. Being conscious in the past. Being conscious in the past. Okay, the next one is being liked in the present. Being liked in the present. Okay, and then it's being prideful in the future. 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 Okay. So any thoughts? You can unmute yourselves. Anyone have any thoughts they want to share? You're not going to unmute yourself, are you? Lori? I actually started getting sick on one of them. What's that? Lori, you can unmute yourself. It's okay.
My son's playing a game in the room here, so I'm just telling him to be quiet. Yeah, but
Oh,
he's being quiet. It's just anyway.
oh, okay.
We had to share a room this evening because everybody's whatever, taking up spaces, different spaces.
Yeah. Did you have any thoughts, Michelle?
What was the first one?
Being anonymous in the past.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah, was
I
it?
thought about like, well, as it pertains to social media, or even just in life in general, I find that a lot of times I don't, I have something to say, but a lot of times I don't really want to rock the boat or anything. So I'm trying to say it in a way that's, people aren't going to get offended or anything. But
Yeah.
I think with social media, a lot of times people they'll say things that they wouldn't normally say if they saw somebody face to face or something like that.
They
They say,
brave, don't they?
yeah, not nice things. So
Yeah. I don't know, for me, I was actually a very shy kid growing up. And it was just the whole idea of being anonymous in a crowd. I just wanted to not stick out, That was what it was for me. And I mean, that carries on into today too. But I'm still like that to some degree, but then you have to force yourself to.
Yeah. I think for me, it meant I related to being anonymous in the past, again, not having a voice to a degree, or not having the skill set to address things. And now I have a tendency sometimes to be too forward.
I think we all do.
Yeah, but not with emotion, just direct, I guess, because if you don't address it, right, you don't know what's going on. But maybe too, from past experience in family situations that weren't healthy, we weren't taught to have those little skills to communicate. What is it you really want? What is it you really need? How do you feel about this, right?
Yeah. Actually, that's very true for a lot of
So
families.
and it's funny because out of the whole family, and I won't say what family I'm from, but people always said that myself and my brother were the most spontaneous. And I think it has to do with, it's probably genetics as well, right?
Yeah.
But if I look at all my childhood pictures, there's no emotion. I'm sure you can read the eyes, but there's really no outward expressions. And then I got to the stage where I don't think I really worried about, how people are concerned about pictures and the perfect pose and all that.
Yeah.
I was just, so you can read my emotions to a degree, right? Yeah.
Well, I think too, sometimes like you get onto social media and it's a way to hide your emotions. And sometimes you get too brave because of that too, to some degree.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, and in reality, you can't really express yourself on media the way you truly can't be totally truthful, because you're also at risk for being judged according to what you say or how you say it, because you might have a very strong opinion on something.
Oh yeah. I've had to keep my mouth shut quite a bit.
Yeah, I know. So that takes self-control, right? Which hopefully some of us have now by this stage of life, but yes.
We don't. Sometimes you don't. I mean, I'm looking at, and I don't want to say names, certain people I know. And I mean, I've been relatively quiet on social media lately, except for maybe promoting stuff in my business and whatnot. But on the personal part of the social media, I've been relatively quiet, but I still scroll through, you know. It's like, oh yeah. And I'll see, and I won't say who they are, but I'll see some person, this F and whatever, you know, and they spell it EFFING, you know, and it's like making a big dramatic spiel about something. I'm like, oh brother. You know, it's like they get
Well,
really
they say that very intelligent people use the F word, but I have a hard time agreeing with that.
Yeah.
I believe that people who can't, you know,
express themselves other ways.
intel or their vocabulary is limited, right? So
Yeah.
someone sees something, it's pretty crude and pretty harsh.
Yeah.
I don't even comment on that or like whatever it is. And then I've actually
Trying to grab attention.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I've unfriended people because I don't want to be seeing that.
Yeah.
I can go out in the street, see or hear that. I don't
Oh yeah.
need part of
Hi Jason, I see you.
There's Tyrone.
Hi Tyrone.
Yeah, hi, honey. There she is again. Oh, and it's Auntie Lori too, and another lady. Yeah. It's Tracy too, and her little boy. Okay. Little Tracy, he said.
Yeah, little Tracy.
You have some after, okay? Okay, you close the door.
He knew you were little Tracy.
Yeah. Cute.
That's cute.
Okay, you close the door now. Close the door now. Shut it tight. He's being silly. That's what I said. If he's saying Shannon, I want to see her on the iPad, and he'll say, it's the Shannons. It's the Shannons. Close the door, honey. Thank you.
Well, I know
Yeah.
the second set I was doing, and I was actually getting nauseated.
What was the second one?
Being liked?
The second one in the second set that was being liked in the present.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I was actually getting nauseated.
Well, maybe because I was piggybacking off of you.
I was
Were you?
Because I was like, what was it? What was it? And I should have probably unmuted myself and asked you to say it again, but I was like, I couldn't remember what it was.
You probably
It's
were
funny.
piggybacking.
I was just like zoning out or something. It was
Structures,
just
you could
kinda
do that.
weird. Yeah, it was weird. But I was like, I
Tracy
should unmute
disappears
myself.
off. We're sending her at all.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I know, I can't believe I just like totally forgot what it was. I was like, what is it?
I'm trying not to say them enough that would distract you guys, but I'm trying to
Mhm.
say it occasionally so that it keeps you on track.
Yeah.
But it's hard.
Yeah. Yeah. That's probably why it took so long.
Oh, who knows? I was worried about the train in the background. I don't know if you heard all that.
Oh no, I couldn't hear anything.
Oh, that's good. I'm right on Main Street, and then a block away, not even a block away, there's a train track. So it's like
Yeah.
crazy. I don't know why I was really getting nauseated on that being liked in the present. Maybe it's just because of everything that went down this past year. I don't know. But obviously it was an issue for me, right?
Mm-hmm.
On some level there. So see, yeah, when we may be the one that's leading the session, but we get the corrections too when we need them, right?
Right. True.
Yeah. And if I'm really needing them badly, I'll probably end up tossing and turning tonight. So
Oh, okay.
I tend to do that. Yeah. So did you have any comments, Tracy, or not? You're quiet there.
Little Tracy.
So nice to see your face.
I know, hey?
I know your voice so well. Like as soon as you started talking, I was like, oh, I know who that is. But I haven't never seen your face. And I've always like visualized what maybe you look like.
That goes with that anonymous in the past part, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it's nice to be able to have her on computer and not by phone, right?
Yeah.
I probably don't want to see myself, but that's all right.
Mhm.
And we have Jason joining us.
Hey.
Hi.
Oh,
how's
little
school?
Jason.
Hey, Jason.
Nice to see you. Nice to meet you.
But I was thinking of when I was younger, and it's like I didn't feel like I really had much of a voice that people would listen much, or
Mhm.
I was
Yeah.
like an outsider.
Yeah, I can relate to that.
But of course, there was no social media when we were
No, we
teenagers.
didn't have that, did we? Our what was it? We were talking about this at coffee the other day. Yeah, like our texting was writing notes in class and trying not to get caught with passing them.
Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah,
That was fun, you know.
that
And you put
was.
a lot would go into it too, you know, a lot of little
I have a little
little
story.
whatever. Yeah.
I have a little story. I was my one friend and I should actually bring it up to her on Facebook and see if she remembers. Hey, Shannon, can I borrow your calculator? And here we'd stuff a note underneath. And I put it in a geometry set, and we shoved the note underneath, and we went. I'm sure the teachers got on to that one.
Yeah. We were good at it.
Yeah. Or you heard of the original iPhone, right?
Mm,
It's been
What
on
is
Facebook
that?
before. You know that little Fisher Price phone that you pulled and the eyes went?
oh yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
That's the iPhone of our
Little eyes
generation.
go up and down like this.
Yeah.
Mhm.
My mom and I were talking about the different toys I had the other day. We were texting back. We says, "Yeah, I remember the original iPhone." And she's like, "What the heck are you talking about?" So I quickly sent her a link of the Fisher Price phone. Oh, she said,
That is cute.
"Yeah, yeah, too cute." Anyways, we're getting off track here. So the last correction, and it may take a little while too. It's a unification structure. Or are you level 7 or level 8?
7.
Okay. So you've done unification structures with me, but you haven't learned about them, eh? You have?
I haven't learned about them, but I've done them.
Thankfully, we have a relatively easy one, and you all have to be sitting to do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Tracy, that means you have to get in a sitting
Just sit up.
position. Yeah. And you have to generate the mood of being intolerant or intolerance. So
Pretty
generate.
easy for me.
What's that?
Easy. Pretty easy for me.
Okay.
No. Oh, I have to think of something.
Okay. Yeah, and it's probably easiest if you think of something to help you generate that feeling, right? So.
I think about being trying to get across the bridge there, and not so much rush traffic, but I run into someone who's driving, you know, in a 50K doing 30 kilometers an hour.
Oh.
So then I think about how I do start feeling anxious and I'm behind them.
Yeah. Okay, that's a very good one.
And what I'm thinking is that they should be retested for their drivers, because they're obviously sometimes terrified to be on the road. Eh?
Oh, Denise is joining us for the last correction.
Hi, Denise.
Hello.
Hi.
Took a while there to open things up here.
Oh yeah, it's been a while. Eh?
Yeah.
One of those 30K drivers, no.
Yeah.
Here goes. Wow.
So I'll go over that last correction again we're supposed to do.
Sorry, I just got back from the Bible study, so that's why I'm late.
Oh, yeah, I knew that because you texted me. So the last correction we're going to do is a unification structure, and I am recording this, so I will send it to you, Denise. Not to worry. We're doing a unification structure called living strength. And we're supposed to be in a sitting position, which you're good the way you are. And while you're in that sitting position, you're supposed to generate the mood of being intolerant or intolerance. Okay. So like you'd be and Michelle made a very good example of being intolerant. She was talking about driving across one of the bridges, and someone can't do the speed limit and whatever. Get very intolerant when you're doing that. So basically, grab something, like think of something that makes you intolerant and try to generate that mood from within yourself. Okay. So Okay, how is that? I don't know about you, but I found it hard to go into that mode right off the bat. Yeah.
Me too. Me too. And I was thinking maybe that's a good thing.
Yeah, obviously meant we did some work there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought of when I'm on site, and there were two people about a year ago that they're being paid by the hour, and they're being paid very well by the hour. And every time you turned around and their phone went off, they were checking their messages.
Oh, yeah.
So then one person ended up getting dismissed and got annoyed and walked away when I brought it to their attention. So when I brought it to the owner of the company's attention, they just said, yeah, it is what it is, and thank you for calling it like it is. And I was sort of feeling bad about it, but then I thought, no, you want to sit down and do that on your own time when you're taking your breaks. And then someone else who very well off, who's had a company, just said, Michelle, don't feel bad about it, because that's called stealing time.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. So, and everyone just gotten so used to being in that mind frame where they can just pick that up. It's got nothing to do with their work.
No.
Right?
No.
Mhm.
So we got to be careful that we don't develop that attitude of just, I'll check my message, I'll respond. Sometimes we have something important to respond to, but
yeah,
I recall going to work for government, and I just shut my phone off after I got there in the morning and turn it on maybe at noon during my lunch for an hour.
Yeah.
But it wasn't on constantly, and we just got into that habit, but we were grounded. We were in small town, small center, and whereas nowadays. And so then I was thinking, while this was going on, it went on for 3 days straight, and finally I had a really hard time not speaking out, because I'm just thinking, okay, you're not setting a good example for all the other sub trades, right?
No.
And this is bothering me because you're already getting paid good, guaranteed per hour, so many hours per week, and you just walk away. And there are those of us who couldn't just walk away at 5 o'clock because there's certain things that needed to be done before we could leave the site. So yeah. So anyway, I didn't know
a lot of that going
where
on.
that came from. Sorry. But that's what I started thinking of, and that's where I did struggle. And so we all still, it's just that we forget where we're intolerant sometimes. Yeah. Anyway.
Anyone else?
That's a good point, Michelle.
Thank you for the compliment.
A lot of that goes on all over the
I'm
place.
teasing.
So.
Yes, I know. And we see it more so with either with certain big companies, or, sorry, pardon the expression, but some city employees or whoever.
Yeah.
When you own your own company and you have to produce while it's, you know what I mean, that time frame, usually things are managed better. And then it seems like as the larger a company gets nowadays, it's more difficult to properly manage it, eh?
Yeah. Oh yeah, by far, yeah.
Anyway, I'll be quiet.
I kind of got nothing.
No?
No. Because I got in late.
That's okay. You know what? You can go through the entire, like I'll send you the video, and then I'll have it ready by hopefully sometime on the weekend, and I'll send it to you. and then you can go ahead and go through it, and it probably will be much easier. But I don't know, Lori said she was too struggling to get into it, and I think it's for me it was because I don't like to be there, but it takes a lot to get me intolerant, but when I do hit it, I'm really intolerant.
Sometimes they're really worth being intolerant about.
They are, yeah. I mean, this past week I've had a rough week because of staff. I've been knocking heads with a few staff, and I mean the job itself is okay, but and you see them going off into the corner and go pss, 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 in the corner. It's like I'm very intolerant of that, and I have to bite my tongue every time, right? And it's whatever, and I won't say any more than that, but that's where that's where my intolerance is. So, but anyhow, but I didn't want to go there, right? So yeah, it's sometimes in these unification structures, they're sometimes very hard to maintain it for any length of time. Sometimes until you get, they seem to be so tied into emotion, and sometimes you just don't want to go there. So, do you have any thoughts to add, Lori?
Not really.
No.
I'm sure there are things that I'm intolerant about, but I don't know. Sometimes I don't know. Just it's a good one to think about. That's for sure.
Mhm.
And then I also think like, is it worth it?
Yeah.
Is it worth it going there, or just let it go? Because a lot of times we don't know all of the details. We don't understand the situation or what's going on. So it's like, unless it's really directly affecting me or somebody, my family or something like that, then just not going to worry about it.
Michelle.
Are you still intolerant?
Oh, she's trying to help her sister.
I'm sure you'll edit this out, right?
I'm teasing her. I just happened to reach over. I'm never in my room. I'm only in my funny, only to sleep. Is that weird? Or to get dressed. That's it. I didn't set this bedroom up for cozy comfort, right? So it's first time being in here. So I happened to reach over to my little bookcase here, and I've just got a couple of scrap paper, to jot notes on.
Mm-hmm.
And so all of a sudden I look and I pull this picture out. Yeah. Someone with really thick hair and a tan.
Is that Lori?
And, yeah. She recognized it. It's cute. I don't know why I have the picture.
Cute.
Oh, because I was the
Can we do that
because I was
correction
the
again? Shannon, can we do that correction again? I got it now. I'm there.
Oh, okay. I'll send you the recording. You can do it.
Okay. I know what I can think of now.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Just put it up there, Michelle. Yeah. Go for it. Oh.
You know what's so cute though? Tyrone is always trying to guess ages, right? And sometimes he's dead on. But for some reason, he thinks that Laurie's born in 1961 and Robert would have been born in 1989. Isn't that interesting? Yeah, it's just cute. But see, that's one of my old Polaroid pictures.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
I used to have a Polaroid camera.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I have it. It's rightfully mine. I own the rights to that photo. No, I'm teasing.
I'm going to actually stop the recording now because we're done. So we can just.
That's fine.
So.
Individual session work can be useful in areas where you need a more well-defined topic that is more suitable for your needs or your circumstances, or they may be more useful for other topics that are not easily done with group work.